Hey babes, it's Colleen Gallagher here with Colleen Gallagher International. When you join, say hello. Let me know where you're tuning in from. And if you're on the replay, obviously say hashtag replay because if you don't say hello, if you don't let me know you're joining, I can't say hello and I can't engage with you back. And if you watch the replay when I'm not live and you don't comment and say, like, hey girl, hey, Colleen, girl, Colleen, whatever. I'm listening. I'm alive. I'm here. I can't go back and engage with you, which makes me really sad. Um, so I'm super excited. Oh, I probably should take these off. I didn't think. I forget. Like when I'm. These are blue blockers before I get into swimming in it. So these are blue blocker glasses. I get like so many pairs of them. So if you're someone like me, where obviously my business and my career is largely online, I highly recommend going to Amazon, just getting blue blockers. It basically helps the light that's from screens not ruin your eye retina or something like this. So anyway, when I have class, I just got done with PhD class and I have, to look at the screen for a long time. I have them on and I forget. But I'm super excited because I wanted to do this live video for you all. If you guys didn't see, I listened to you by request. We have my special on for how to make the Awakened Woman Crave You workshop, which is a 2-hour recorded workshop where I go through supporting the wounded masculine, I like to say, and the wounded masculine used to be me. It could be a woman, it could be a man, but the wounded masculine is the person that's already created a lot of success. You've probably been hyper successful. You have more than enough money. You live a very comfortable life, but for whatever reason, your relationship seems to just never work out. And so I built this workshop for you because I teach you how to come into a more balanced state, how to be in touch with your emotions, emotional intelligence, especially with the feminine or an awakened woman. So I'm super excited about this sale or this special because it is through March 21st. I'll leave it in the comments. And we're going to get into what I'm going to talk about, which is how to get the date with the girl. That's what the focus of this live is how do you get the date with the girl, with the woman, with the one who's awake and alive and well. So, excuse me. We have the recorded you get, and then we're going to do 2 live trainings. So it's the same investment as if you were to buy it recorded. You get the recorded module instantly. You get 2 of my books signed, and you also get 2 live calls. So one's a group call for live coaching to get feedback, and then the other one is a live module on dating. So this live I specifically wanted to do around how to get the date, how to do the things, because obviously if you guys, don't know, most of you probably do know, majority of my clientele is men. So I have 80% of my clientele is men, 20% is women. And I love that because my ideal client is the wounded masculine, as I spoke to. You have everything that's gone right. Like your resume is great. You have like the most amazing resume in life, but your relationships suck. So, how to get the date, because people find me, right? Men come to me and they're like, oh my God, you're so beautiful and you're so smart and da da da. And they kind of initially, especially online world, want to think of maybe dating me or they want to think of doing something which I'm not available. So that doesn't really work. But I wanted to talk about how do you get the date. And I think this is a really big thing that a lot of men who have like a great resume, like you have all the check marks of I did this right, I did this right, I did this right, I did this right. And for whatever reason, I'm not getting the woman that I want. For whatever reason, I'm amazing. I am like all these like boxes that I tick, I'm this incredible human, but I'm just not getting the right woman. It's not landing. It's not happening for me. So what is going on? Because I'm excelling in every area of my life, but my relationships, and it sucks because I feel like I'm trying to do the right thing, but it's just not working out. So this video, I really want to touch on that because it's an interesting paradigm we live in when you have this like external reality that looks amazing, right? But on the inside, you're dying. And I know if you're listening to this video, that's part of you. You have all these amazing things on the exterior of your life that sure you're proud of, but you're disconnected from it. You don't feel like this emotional excitement and well-being with it. So, and hold on, now we gotta block you. 1 second. Okay, so let me just go back into what I was thinking. So, what do we do, right, on how to get the date? And I think the most important thing is obviously one, you're going to want to get in this program and this experience because I'm going to tell you like how to understand the awakened woman because what you're doing, men are kind of like hunters, the masculine. It's like we're like hunters or like fishers. Like we decide we want something, then we go and like hunt for it. We go and like cast a net, and we know we're gonna get it. Like we're like, well, in every other area, I've gotten what I've wanted. Whether it's been a degree, whether it's been success, whether it's been money, whether it's been health, whether it's been wellness, but every area I've been able to tick really easily. Maybe it's having a family, maybe it's great kids. Like I've ticked all these boxes that are amazing, but on the inside, something's just missing. Something's just not alive. Something's just not there. And it's really frustrating because we're like, well, how are so many areas of my life amazing? But this is just not working. Hold on. I knew something happened here. Okay, we're going to have to use this maybe for now. Okay, sorry. And let me just make sure my phone is all the way up. It is. Okay. But for whatever reason, we have all these things that we've done right in our life. Hold on. I don't know why Instagram. Okay. We have all these things that we've done right in our life, all these things that have worked for us, but the relationships just suck. The girls are not coming, the women are not coming, the awakened women, the ones that are alive, the ones that are well. So how to get the date begins with understanding and being in touch and in tune with your emotions, which is really hard for men. And one thing that I share, I mean, it's hard for anyone. It's hard for women to be actually truly vulnerable and like truly stating what they want out of something. Hey, John, truly stating what they want out of something. And it's even harder for men because men are used to being like, I think, I take action, I do this. And to get the date with the person, it requires you to be in tune with your emotions, right? It requires you to be in touch with what's actually going on the inside of you. And it requires you to be in touch with what's happening in someone else's reality. So let me give you an example. And I don't want to go too deep into this because obviously it's going to be in the course, How to Make the Awakened Woman Crave You, which is my #1 course for men on how to begin dating, how to begin attracting the awakened woman, how to really begin like doing this. So, when you go up to a woman, and if you read my post today about like how the masculine, steals and controls from the feminine. When you go up to a woman and you just kind of like vomit all of your information, like I do this, and here's my resume, and here's all the exciting things I do, and da da da. And it's like a word vomit. Like you just vomit everything that you've done and you existed, and you're just expecting her to listen. And then you're expecting, because you have this list of resume, because you have this list of things that you've done, that somehow makes her intrigued by you, that somehow makes her feel like you're this like great catch, which obviously if you're going for a job, if you're growing your career, that's how you do that, right? When you are in relationship and connecting, especially with someone who's a divine feminine, especially someone who's more into energetics and into feminine-based leadership, you can't just go to your wife or your partner or a person that you want to date and say this long resume of things that happened. It requires you to have an attunement to the person you're speaking with. It requires you to not just think about yourself and your achievement and you wanting to achieve and conquer this person to get on the date because that's what you like. It's like being alive and well and knowing like how to communicate and how to understand communication, which is exactly what I go through in my How to Make the Awakened Woman Crave You course, which, like I said, you get the recorded modules, plus we have 2 live sessions. So one is a live Q&A that's going to be after the 21st of March, and then one is a new one on dating. So it's specifically more around like how to court dates, how to how to court dates, how to attract dates, how to maintain a relationship. And this is really good for couples, even like if you've been in a marriage or you've been in a partnership and it's feeling dull and it's feeling stagnant. I go into this. So how to get the date, what not to do is to stop treating it like this achievement that you've done in every area because that's what's brought you success. It doesn't work, and specifically doesn't work when you're doing this around a divine feminine. And one second, let me just make sure my Instagram, I do not know why it's doing this when Instagram does this. Okay. So, okay, I think we're back on Instagram now. So anyway, this is like a really important thing. And I'm so passionate about helping men because I used to be this like chaotic, crazy girl that would get all the guys and then I would like mess it up. It was really good guys because I wasn't emotionally well, right? I wasn't emotionally equipped and intelligent in the way that I am now. And I love helping men who are good guys, like understand what to do to actually then maintain a woman like me, because there's a lot of guys that are good guys, but they haven't been able to maintain my attention because they're trying to treat an awakened relationship, a conscious relationship, the way that they would treat a corporate career or a business, which doesn't really work. So I definitely recommend, like I said, because you guys asked, we're doing the How to Make It the Awakened Woman Crave You. It's on special, so it's the same investment. The 2-hour recorded module you get right away. Both my books, Live Your Truth and An Uncompromised Life. And then you also get one live Q&A as a group, so we go through any questions, and you also get a new module specifically around dating. So let's see. John said, how do you know if a girl like you really knows that they are interested? How do you know if a girl like you really knows? How do you know if a girl like you really knows that they are interested? Got it. So that would be a question, like that's a coaching question. So that would be a perfect place for you to enroll in the How to Make the Awakened Woman Crave You, because that's a question that I specifically will go over in our live coaching session. So we'll have a group of men that are going to ask questions like that, and I will do that. So I can even write that down to already. I'll put it on my notes. That's a really good question. So let me see. Q&A session. How to Make the Awakened Woman Crave You workshop, Q&A. So I put that question that I'll answer that in the workshop. So, and there's a great payment plan that you guys can have for that workshop. It's 4 payments. 4 payments that I highly recommend. You get lifetime access to everything. So even if you can't attend live, you get them, but they will be there. So the 2 lives will be at different times. One will be on a weekday, I'm sure, and then we'll be on a weekend because we'll have people from different time zones and different countries tuning in. But I'm really passionate about this work, and I am so excited just for more men. Every man who's been through it has been like, oh my God, there was like a light bulb that went off, and shit, I didn't even know I was doing this wrong, or I didn't know I was repulsing someone like you away, you know, like with things we don't know, or I didn't know that this was a bad thing that I did. So it's just an amazing, amazing experience. And I know if you really want to find love, if you really want to crave an awakened woman, you really want a conscious relationship, you really want to have something where you're building towards the devotion of a greater impact, a greater influence, a greater depth between you two constantly, not just the mundane of go to work, come home, have a meal, do whatever. Like that was just never the life for me. That was never what excited me. That's never what felt like alive. So in this workshop, I really teach you how to attract a woman like me and how to maintain someone like myself. And I know what happens in the duality when you're doing things not right. You attract who I used to be, like this emotionally. I had all the resume like you, but on the inside I was emotionally chaotic. It was like bad news bears. So anyway, I wanted to come on and say how to get the girl. The most important thing of how to get the girl like me, the woman like me, the thing to not do is you have to realize you cannot treat it like this achievement, like that you're going to go cast a net, you're going to go do it, and you're going to go get it. Like there needs to be a level of emotional intelligence, a level of communication. There needs to be a level of understanding outside of what you want. Like, how do I understand this human and be present with this person in front of me, of what they're energetically communicating, what their body is communicating? How do I understand these little nuances? So I'm not just like every other man coming up to this person, asking them for a date, asking them for their time, wasting their time, not honoring their presence and their space and what they've done. So anyway, I wanted to come on. That's what felt alive for me, how to get the girl, how to get the date. I told you at least one thing there. We go much deeper into that, especially into emotional connection, especially into emotional communication, especially into energetic communication. And I tell you, like, the number one secret of how to get the date or win the date with a woman like myself, like how you win it, how you get it. We go through things of like, if you have multiple women that you like, how do you communicate that? If you have intimacy with multiple people, how do you communicate that? How do you go about that? That's a desire of yours. If you don't want a normal traditional relationship, how do you go about that from the very beginning? So it allows you to feel devoted to somebody else or many people. So anyway, I'm so excited about this. I'm so thrilled about it. And I would love for you guys to enroll. It's on my website, How to Make the Awakened Woman Crave You. If you're on Instagram, you can just message me. I'm in. Facebook, it's there in the comments. And I know that you guys will love it. Every man who's done it has loved it. I'm so excited for the 2 new lives that we're going to do in it, to do live coaching, the live mentorship with you all. And it's only good till March 21st. So if you need to wait because you're waiting for money, March 21st is the last day to enroll, and the price will go up completely from $333 to $555. So these are the last time you're getting the same price with the recorded module, the same investment, before it goes up. And there's payment plan installment that you can get on my website. So I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know if you have questions. Let me know your feedback. Let me know what's alive inside of you. If you have any questions, you can type them. I'll make sure I write them down for the Q&A that will happen in the program. You can attend this training as long as you have Wi-Fi. All you need is Wi-Fi, and you're going to be able to attend it and get on it. And that's that. So I love you guys. I honor you, and I wish you the most beautiful night.